We're on the middle ground here. I did not know this was actually a video.
It's gonna be hot.
How long ago was this? 5 years ago. Wow.
5 years?
Well, yeah.
5 years?
5 years ago. So, I mean, there's been a conflict now that we learned,
This is gonna be interesting.
It is.
To see what they had to say 5 years ago about this.
Because A, it's not your land. B, you mentioned Jerusalem.
You can't tell me that, please. Don't say that.
Oh, shit.
When it comes to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, I think I'm mostly emotionally sad.
I think it's not fair that, a country that is peaceful be in a situation where we have to be threatened.
Being an Arab girl living inside of the Israeli state, it's pretty hard for me to find exactly who I am.
We're the Palestinians. We still live under occupation, so we have no power.
I believe that every person, Jew, Christian, Muslim, should be full equal citizens under Israeli sovereignty.
We need just to end this conflict between us because we don't need the other generations to live the life that we live in.
I agree. Whoa, y'all see that?
Little kid with the chopper.
You didn't see that little
If
kid,
we
bro?
continue to do what we did
quick.
until now, it's
It
probably
was
going to... If we continue to do what we did until now, it's probably going to stay, and we need to do something else.
Whoa. Jubilee's goated.
Where were they? In Jerusalem.
They're there.
My name's Hannah Ziad. I'm 24 years old, and I'm an Arabian YouTuber.
My name is Dorit Sadon. I'm 25 years old, and I'm a Jewish Israeli Zionist.
My name is Bara Abdo. I'm from Nablus, 25 years old, studied public relations and communications.
My name is Tchelet Zohar. I'm from a small town called Givat Ze'ev, right outside of Jerusalem, and I'm 24 years old.
My name is Arab Aramin. I'm 24 years old, and I'm from Jerusalem.
My name is Ron Bar Shafat. I'm 34 years old, and I work as a deputy director of a think tank that deals with law and economics.
He does right there.
Can I have my Israelis on the left and my Palestinians on the right?
I've never been so excited.
I know. This is like that roller coaster.
The first statement, someone I know has died because of this conflict.
Oh my
Damn, well, all the Palestinians.
My father was murdered by 2 IDF soldiers. It hit us hard, especially for my family. We're only girls. And inside of the Arabic nation, that's really hard.
My friend, when I was 10 years old, the sniper shot at her on her head. So that was really hard for us.
Jesus.
I grew up during the second Intifada. I carry a list with me of
How's that?
all my friends who were...
Second Intifada, a period of intensified Israeli-Palestinian violence from 2000 to 2004, which some Palestinians describe as an uprising against Israel.
I think we've seen that in that
We learned about the first
history.
one, but they didn't describe what it was.
Yeah, it was a lot of missing points in that history.
It was
video,
very
though.
brief. It was like a quick rundown.
A lot of people were saying that it was a lot of...
They wanted to go into detail, but I just want to know what was going on.
Yeah, for a 10-minute video, it did pretty good though.
Yeah, I think they did a great job, actually.
all my friends who were murdered in terror attacks. So I have a list of 27 people that were actually very close to me. In Israel, we have a Memorials Day, so I have always a dilemma to which grave to go to.
On 16th of January 2007, an Israeli soldier shot and killed my sister Abir. She was 10 years old from the first school. And I was 13. We were 6 kids in the house. After that, we became 2 sisters and 3 brothers.
Why does every single one of them say the IDF soldier killed their friend or their family?
I know have lost someone.
Every single one of them said that.
To the war in some way. And I think grief is such a universal emotion. And I want to hug all of you.
I serve in the IDF. I still serve in the Army Reserves, combat. I was very combat in the second Intifada, and I feel your grief, and I understand it, but I have to say that I never got an order to shoot someone. The order was only to shoot if someone is a threat to your life or a threat to someone else's lives.
I also served in the IDF, and they really do just teach us to defend ourselves. If we're not defending ourselves and we do kill someone, we go to jail.
That's not true.
But
That's not true.
I can tell you something. The soldier that killed my sister, he didn't spend 1 day in jail.
Neither did my father. Both of them that murdered him did not stay 1 day in jail.
Sheesh. God. This is heavy.
Whoa. Damn, he came up.
That's two-state solution.
Okay, I think the Palestinians, they will not stop saying that we want a country. So in the end, if we got to the point that we have our state and they have their state, so no problem.
It's going to be better for us to live, all of us, together, which is no state like Palestinian, no state like Israeli, only together and having peace together. Like there is no walls and there is no checkpoints, which has happened right now.
I'm with you. One state under Israel's sovereignty, and everyone's full equal citizen. All right? Okay, but under Israeli sovereignty, because right now why is that a problem?
Why should it be on one? Why should one religion control it? Why
It's
can't
not
the
a
three?
religion, it's a nationality. It's my nationality.
So if we said one state with the Palestinian they control it, you can live under it?
No, because
Because
it's not your land. B, you mentioned Jerusalem.
You can't tell me that, please. Don't say
I'm
that.
saying 100%. Palestine used to meant.
I can ask you one question?
Yes.
Please answer it. Your grandfather, you know where he is?
Yes.
Where he is?
To give me how many graves you want me to count?
7 before.
7 before, I know, yes.
Where?
7 before is in Hungary.
In Hungary. 9 before, he's in Palestine. Don't tell me it's not your land.
I'm saying it's not your land.
It's our land. And it will still and will be.
Like, how do you determine this is our land and it's not their land based on what?
History, international law, interest, solidarity.
Yes. How about empathy?
I have empathy. I'm just not willing to give up on my identity and what I believe is mine.
I can feel
I'm
him.
afraid of the other side.
Oh, shit.
When I say that I'm afraid, what I basically mean is I'm afraid of going into Gaza because I know that if I will go into Gaza, I might get shot, someone might kill me.
I think I hesitated a little bit because I don't think I'm afraid of the people on the other side. I think I'm afraid of the gap and sort of almost equally afraid of, like, you know, that side taking all of the responsibility for what is happening, or this side taking all of the responsibility for what is happening, which is obviously not working.
Well, that's fair enough. I don't believe that all Palestinians are terrorists because that doesn't make sense. But I do believe that who is in charge, they're leading the Palestinians to, you know, hating us and in a way that, you know, it is really unfair.
I'm against what you said. They're not the Islam, because Islam didn't say killing people or having blood. Don't belong that
But
to
what
the
about
Islam.
the radical Muslims? The radical Muslims that come and do these things, what do you have to say about
They're
them?
not part of us. We never accept them as Muslims because they're teaching hate. And in a way, I accepted what you just said about there's a big problem with our governments. They don't know how to talk to each other. And in my idea, I really think the people are the ones that should be talking to each other.
I agree, and I have to say I also don't think there's an issue with Muslims, but I disagree with you about the fact that it's about land. There are several peace talks. They were offered 97% of the land. 98 would have done it. I disagree.
But after deciding with the land, they came and they built more settlements.
What's wrong with Jews living in Judea?
That's not the problem. The problem is that we actually talked about this land being for...
It says Israeli settlements, civilian communities built predominantly on lands within Palestinian territories, which Israel has militarily occupied since 1967 Six-Day War.
Okay. Wow, this is very intense.
Well,
This
the
is
6-Day
heavy.
War was when he fought all them 3 IPOs.
PLO.
Or
That only
PLO.
took 6 days. Yeah, 6 days. They won in
They
6
stood
days.
on business for 6 days.
I think this is very heavy.
This is so heavy, so deep.
And I think that
This might be the best content we've got for this situation because this is like head on.
Then
like,
the fact that it's 5 years ago just is crazy to me.
So this
Ongoing
been
issue.
waiting.
Yeah.
Boy,
we watched the timeline and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew that. It's just so ironic with what's going on right now.
That
video had a timeline all the way up to 14, was it?
Oh,
That's
no,
where
it
it
had a
stopped?
video. It had a timeline. The one we just watched?
Yeah, yesterday?
Oh, that was till. Are you talking about up till?
Yeah, up till.
Oh, yeah,
up till. I'm pretty sure that's where it stopped. 14.
Somewhere, yeah.
So now seeing this, we understand why the other countries for sure can't take people from Gaza.
Well, we already read why. They said it would mess up the peace in the region.
This showed anything why they shouldn't take anybody from Gaza.
It kind of did.
He's saying because
she just said
she said they don't claim
we already read why they're
But they
not
have
gonna take
regular
them.
Palestinians in Gaza, though.
What are you talking about? He said why they're not taking the refugees from there.
Exactly.
But we already read why. I don't know why y'all speculate.
I know,
He said
I know.
literally
Because-
read the exact
But he
reason
said
why.
what in the piece is the extremists. is
Yeah,
what he's
yeah,
saying. So
that's-
y'all
yeah.
saying the same thing again. He's just basically saying that.
Oh yeah, well, we already read why. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
After deciding with the land, they came and they built more settlements.
What's wrong with Jews living in Judea?
That's not the problem. The problem is that we actually talked about this land being for these people, and in the end, when we see Israelis coming in and actually building houses, that's showing us you guys don't want peace.
I trust my sources of information on the conflict.
I serve in the IDF, so first of all, I trust myself and my officers. I do think that a lot of the information I'm getting is not accurate, which is why I try to compare it with different sources, and I also try to see it from people, what they think, what they feel.
I like this guy.
I don't
Makes some
trust
good
everything
points.
I see on the news, that's for sure. I do believe, again, there are two sides to every single story. But I do see things that are happening. For instance, things like the rockets that are striking or the stabs that are happening. Those things I do trust because I can see that they're happening and they're just unfair.
Like, I see the narrative being written as like I watch TV. I know how important and how powerful language is and how it can create reality, and like I can see it. I'm like, this is really dangerous. Like on both sides, it's really dangerous.
Overseas media that I see, they're always against Israel for things that are not necessarily our fault.
I find it very funny because we look at it as and start saying that they're really with Israel, which is funny. I find it kind of funny. But no, I seriously do find the information that we're getting has more as an agenda to it from both sides.
I don't believe in social media. Like, from the Israeli side, gonna support Israel, and from the Palestinian side, gonna support Palestinians. People gonna be very confused, and I'm gonna be very confused about the reality.
So to say, but the question was the sources, so it doesn't have to be just social media and reports like this. Like, I also trust the reports that the Israeli security forces publish.
But they are
Don't
gonna
trust
write it in their
everything.
ideas, not about the reality and the situation, but their ideas. How do they see this situation? It's not really what happened.
I want political leaders on my side to make compromises for peace.
Everybody should come. Whoa! Wow.
That's crazy.
If we continue to do what we did until now, it's going to continue as it was now. And I don't see it getting better. Our leaders should have our lives and the best for us in their minds. And so it's not compromising. Like, peace is never compromising.
The Palestinian politicians, they in the end, they want a peace for themselves and for their people. But they have no power because the power, it's not in their hands, it's in the other side.
I would like for us to compromise only if you will be able to compromise. It doesn't make sense that every time that we have a war, it's always started by your side. The other day I just heard about, over 1,800 acres of crops have been burnt by, Hamas, who have been sending it over to Israel. Instead of, spending all that money in order to ruin us, why don't they spend it on taking care of Palestine?
We've been waiting for that question.
You're talking
That
about
was a good question. I'm not gonna lie. That was a great
Gaza.
question.
Gaza, it's so far from us. We don't know what's going over there. We don't know. If you can ask me about the West Bank, I'm gonna answer, and I think you as well.
But here's the way I see it when you're talking about compromise. Hamas's charter says murder the Jews wherever they are, and the PA that are hold on. But the PA that are the moderates.
You're going back to Hamas.
So, but the PA, the
We're not
Palestinian
talking
Authority,
about
the Palestinian Authority. Let me finish. The Palestinian Authority that are the moderates. They're saying it's a death sentence if you sell your house to a Jew. Are there racist people in Israel? Of course. Are there racist people everywhere in the world? Yes. But we condemn people who are acting violently, and the other side glorifies it.
Wow.
Violence is sometimes justified.
Oh shit! Hey. You gotta watch out for him. Oh no!
If you're going to
Violence is justified
attack Israel,
sometimes.
then Israel is going to defend themselves. And that means when it comes to certain things, maybe not you specifically, but again, to the radical Muslims, we have to. Because if we don't, then there's not going to be a state of Israel anymore.
I don't think it's a matter of Israeli Arabs or Jews, Christians. Sometimes in life you have to use violence. I hope it will be close to zero as possible. But if I see someone about to murder someone else, I think it's okay for me to use violence to stop that. I think violence is not allowed for a political goal. I think that's a bad place to use violence. I prefer talking and having a discourse.
Yeah, no,
I didn't grow up with a lot of violence,
You keep it
with
100
zero
too.
violence. But what I went to say, the same as you said, who comes to my house to break the door to take my father, of course I will defend for myself. So it's called a violence. But I want to defend for myself.
First of all, I am against violence 100%. It's a freaking circle that's going to keep on happening over and over again.
For me, if you're gonna react for the violence with violence, so here we go. We're having like the same problems, the same generation who's raised with hatred and violence and love blood, which is not acceptable.
Having a homeland for my people is important to me.
I think that Israel needs to be our homeland because if we won't have a homeland, no one else is going to accept us anywhere else, especially because there's a lot of racism and anti-Semitism as well. So if we're not going to be here, where are we going to go?
Okay, for me as a Muslim, the Holy Land, why it's so important. First of all, because I was born here. I have no place, another place.
Every single person around the world have the right to live in the place that they were born in. And that the right for Palestinians, also for, if we're gonna talk about refugees also, they have the right to come back here to their lands, to their homes, and have their places.
The fact that we came back to our homeland and that we do have a country and a government here, for me, like, it does feel like a miracle. But I also think that the fact that we do have the power now gives us more responsibility, and that we can't just base it on the fact that it's our homeland and not hear other voices saying we feel the same about the same place.
I agree.
I often question my place in this conflict.
All the time I'm questioning if it's more dialogue, more force, more conversations, more social media. I always ask myself what is the best thing. I tend to believe that the best thing is human interaction.
A lot of times I take a step back from like the political argument about the conflict and all of that, just because I feel like unworthy and that I don't know enough.
So in my way, I've always known what I am in this conflict. I always knew I wanted to fight for peace. That's all I knew, and that's all I will ever know. I never was in the idea of this conflict until my father passed away. And then I had to think for myself.
I always was asking my father why I was born. And his answer, not to kill, to live, to be in life. And when my sister, she got killed, I went back to him to tell him, he told me I was born to live, not to kill. But my sister, she was born to die. The Palestinians, they didn't kill 6 million Israelis. And the Israelis still, they didn't kill 6 million Palestinians. There is a Germanian embassy in Tel Aviv, and there is a Israeli embassy in Germany. So
He don't speak English very well.
it's a big hope. It always gives me a hope when I'm looking at this and thinking a
You're
little
saying
bit
because
about
there's
this.
an
Yeah,
I gotta say, I think
I see what he's saying.
It's nice
Yeah.
slogans. I don't think that's the case. Israel has a peace treaty with Egypt because Egypt was willing to have peace with Israel. Israel has a peace treaty with Jordan because the Jordanians were willing to have a peace treaty with Israel.
Also, from one to one, it's different. How
I
the way
agree.
you're thinking
I
about
agree,
it.
which is exactly why I don't believe in a peace between the two sides, because in my understanding of reality, the whole concept of Palestinian nationality,
Because you don't accept Palestinians.
I accept human beings. I'm saying that the whole concept of Palestinian nationality is one goal, and that is the annihilation of Israel. When Jordan took over Judea and Samaria, when Egypt took over Gaza, no one asked for a Palestinian
But you're combining
nationality.
you're combining everyone into one ideology, which is not right.
Why? What do you mean?
You're saying because they're saying that they're Palestinian, this is what they want, which is
No,
not true.
I agree. I take it back. The Palestinian government, the Palestinian Authority.
There.
Okay, I'm not
Now
saying
I
that the Palestinian
understand.
people. I agree. It's different. I'm going to say okay. I don't refer to the Arabs of Judea and Samaria as Palestinians. I refer to them as Arabs of Judea and Samaria.
If we were gonna live long age or long years, we're gonna see. We're gonna see each other.
Great.
And
welcome.
we
Welcome
get-
to come live with us.
We're gonna we're gonna have it.
It's kind of sad.
You can have
It's
it.
so heavy.
No, I'm talking about
Part of my
peace. We're
heart.
gonna have it here.
I don't know, man. The tall guy's kind of stubborn a little bit though.
Which one, the old dude?
This guy.
Boy,
He's seen a lot.
what was the question?
He's pretty headstrong.
Boy, he's standing on it. He's very headstrong
Yeah,
on this. I knew he was headstrong when he said violence is sometimes necessary. I said, oh yeah, ain't no convincing this nigga.
He's
Ain't
seen
no
them,
convincing him. He not going for it.
Yes, please.
Oh, free question. Okay. Free B. The answer here is B, everyone.
I didn't see the question again.
It was, would you sit Everybody down and eat a have a meal. meal with everyone here?
Oh,
Well, they actually bought a meal, man. The Jubilee people are actually cool.
that's very nice.
Let's try to, what if we put this video on today? But you mean, I'm saying, what if we made a video like this today?
Here?
Yeah, here. The fuck? Where else?
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah. I don't know.
I'm Ido. Shalom. Salam alaikum.
Man, this is actually insane.
On top, some passion fruit juice, which gives a kick to the.
The Saha sound good.
But we were trying
So,
to.
how was the experience, guys?
For me, it was perfect. Was good, and it was a good meeting.
It was topsy-turvy. It was upside down. The beginning, yeah. We could say that. Because like you don't know who's in front of you. You don't know their ideas, their ideology, what they think about you.
I think we did come to some sort of an agreement that we both do want peace.
No, hold on.
So
Not everyone. I want.
Just them damn
security, freedom, and
extremists, bro.
You were talking about legal peace.
I don't want a piece of paper that says peace. I want to live in peace. I don't want a piece of paper that says we have a peace treaty.
that's what we meant as well.
No, okay, but we don't agree because I don't believe in a Palestinian state, and you think you should have like a two-state solution. So
Hey,
we don't
he's a
agree.
hater.
It's also
No,
okay
but
to
then we
disagree.
did say we wanted a one-state solution.
Israel with everyone equal.
Damn, everybody having good vibes. He got to come ruin it.
There ain't no reason to
Well,
debate
I
no more.
learned from you that you
You're killing
have
the vibe.
a lot of
Let's have a good
sympathy
time,
for
bro.
our side as well, even though your sister passed away, which is terrible. She didn't pass away, she was murdered. But I can see that you also have sympathy for the other side, and you actually are trying to
Man, this guy looks hurt, bro.
communicate with
Boy,
us,
every
even
single
though
one of them
you
been
went
through
through
it.
everything that you had to go through on your end.
Since she lost her
I
dad,
definitely
sister,
learned that
her
we
friend.
can learn to love your side as well.
Learn
I
to
could learn
love.
to love your side as well.
I don't know if I trust her.
I think this is the main point for our maybe conflict, that we did not hear from each other. So I think it's important to hear from each other. Not just keep your thoughts and ideas inside your head and don't try to open this box. Just trying to open it.
We want really similar things. Yeah, and it's sort of, you feel like,
She's Israeli?
you know, my friends from back home.
She's kind of different than the other
And
ones,
so
I feel like.
the
other two?
realization that we do have the same sort of language, not in like the language that we speak, but in our body language
really
and the things
vibed
that
out.
interest us, and the future that we hope for ourselves and for our families. Like, there are no sides. Like, I can't draw a line and say, okay, I'm like these people or I'm with these people.
And they're taking pictures. They really vibed out. I thought he was killing the vibe, but he was really vibing.
Hey guys, this is Jason.
He just seen too much. He just
knows
knows it's too far gone.
No, he is older than them. He is older than them. But at the end, they all kind of caught a vibe. I thought he was kind of killing the vibe when he was like, I don't believe in the two. I'm like, dang.
I see why he saying that though.
No, I definitely understand why he said that, but like, I'm like, everybody said they want peace. You gotta just come say all that. Just say you want peace, be cool.
He just the argument was over.
Yeah, no facts. I felt like he was still trying to argue after that. That's why I'm saying
He
that.
was just letting
That's
me
why
know.
I'm saying that.
Let
But
me
no.
know.
I think that was a good video. Everybody had personally been affected. The two people that served in the IDF had felt the strongest. I noticed because the girl, the Israeli girl that was the YouTuber, and the 30-year-old dude, they both served in the IDF.
To be honest with you, I think all of them had
No, it's just them two. But the other girl didn't say she served though.
Yeah, she
I'm just going on what they said.
Yeah, maybe I'm
just going because them two felt the strongest.
Because have to.
Like you said, they probably seen stuff serving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they was like, we just doing what we taught. Like, we not taught to hurt y'all. Like, we hurt y'all, we go to jail. But then they, on the other side, have been affected by that, personally.
This is a very emotional video.
It's very, like y'all said, it's very heavy.
Almost
it was very interesting.
Like I was going to shed a tear for a second.
No, it was definitely cool.
It
was definitely cool to see what they had to say. Yeah, very interesting video. Shout out
You
Jubilee.
think they could really have middle ground, man? I think.
I would hope so.
I don't think this.
It's just like, well, they say they want to live there and y'all want to live there.
Yeah.
So
Some people don't want y'all to live there.
So the only solution is y'all live there together. Well, if y'all don't want to live there together, then I don't know what they have to say. Then.
Well,
no, that's literally the only solution.
The Palestinians feel like,
he said they just want a country. He said they just want a country.
Sound like they're just oppressed.
Did they all step out for the two-sided division? Did they all step out for that?
No, only bro that lost his sister stepped up.
Yeah, he stepped up.
He was like,
he said he was cool with that.
But he was like, we just saying as Palestinians we want like peace, like we want a country, like that's all we want. And then bro from the idea of the older dude had came out and said like, we offer y'all that, and y'all said no already.
He was like,
I got a question. He was like, y'all was offered 97%, and y'all said no. Like he said, I don't think giving y'all 98 would have changed the answer to that.
You think
y'all don't want us here at all? So he doesn't believe that a two-state solution is the answer. He said the only way, that's what he said, only way that we can exist in peace is if y'all all live freely under Israeli law. That's what he said. And then they was like, well, why it gotta be under y'all? He's like, because we're here already. We're established. It's our land. And they was like, no, that's why. You know, so I don't think that's something that.
I know this might turn into a little rant, but I kind of went through because me and him was arguing when you jumped in about the Gaza Strip thing. He was like, this kind of makes like sense of why they're not taking the people from the Gaza Strip, and I was trying to figure out like what you meant by that, because I mean it could be people in Gaza that's innocent people.
He's saying because the girl from Palestine said we don't accept the extremists, like we don't accept.
Yeah,
them.
nobody does.
Therefore, saying that,
but not everybody.
That's exactly what he's saying. The extremists are in Gaza. And the other, they don't accept them, so they don't want to accept the extremists. They don't want to accept the
people in the West
extremists.
Bank don't accept people in Gaza.
Holy shit!
I see what you're saying. They don't accept the extremists, but we're basically calling everybody in Gaza extremists.
No,
if we're saying
bro.
that.
Listen, pause. Listen, I'm gonna say this. Gaza is controlled by Hamas.
Yes,
that's where the extremists are.
Yes,
that's where the refugees would go to other countries. They're not taking them because that's where the extremists are. You don't know who the extremist is. They don't want them to come into their country and spread their extremism to other people. Therefore, they not taking them.
So that's
they don't want to ruin peace.
He's saying yes. What he's saying is basically what the other countries are doing, assuming all the people in Gaza are Hamas.
Yes.
Well, they like y'all said before though, previously, you don't know who Hamas is.
Yeah, exactly.
So they could just come in under the guise of being a refugee, and then spread their militarism, extremism, in their country, form another group, get the money into their country and start doing attacks from their country, which would then make Israel forced to attack their country when they under a peace, and they don't want that. Therefore, they don't want to risk that, so they're like, no, not at all. We can't even risk that for us because. If we try to help y'all, we putting ourselves in danger.
Exactly.
And they said no. So that's basically what I learned. I really did enjoy the video and like to hear what everyone had to say.
This is an awesome video.
I really like to hear what everyone had to say.
Yeah, man.
I liked when that girl said, I like how you've been affected by this, but you still have sympathy for us. Hopefully one day we can live in peace and we can learn to love y'all side. Y'all
it's kind of humanized them, you know?
It did a lot. It did a lot.
Y'all think social media kind of boiled the attack that happened in what was it? October 6th? 7th. Yeah, October 7th.
You think social media boiled that to happen?
Yeah, you know how they said social media kind of like forced their reality on the
there. She was saying that she's saying that both sides are pushing propaganda.
So you don't think their propaganda could have boosted?
Well, I mean,
well, they said. I mean, if you have the actual
TikTok,
footage, though, if you got footage,
I don't know, bro, because
we don't know what they do.
Hamas was going to try to attack them anyway,
and they're clear about their goal.
Hamas been
it's different. If they were hiding like, no, that's not our goal. Our goal is to have peace. And then the internet was saying, oh, they want to kill everybody. It'd be different. But they're like, oh, we want to kill everybody. We standing on that.
Bro, you heard what bro said. He said Hamas said that they in their mandate to kill Jews, so they was going to attack. Regardless, their goal is to establish a Palestinian state and eradicate Israel. So they was gonna do something crazy like that anyway. Social media, no social media, because that's what they go.
You don't think they made like a community on social media just to grow?
Well, maybe they use that to help their cause. But
I don't know. I think they were gonna. I think that's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah,
because they in Gaza they're so poor. Like, do they even have computers outside of like buildings? They have internet, but like I'm sure they use that for like the hospitals and stuff.
I don't think they
maybe one day it will be a historical ground that people can go walk and see, and I don't know.
Historical ground.
Like you want to go visit Gaza? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, like maybe one day people will be able to go visit Gaza.
They said you just didn't hear what they said. You can't walk in there.
Can you fly to Israel right now?
Talking about maybe one day.
I don't know. That's a great question. It's probably closed.
But that's still what I'm saying.
Because
how they're living.
Zelensky, the dude from Ukraine, tried to go over there in Israel. Like, is it their president, their leader? Netanyahu was like, hell no.
Go over to Gaza?
He tried to go to Israel. He tried to go to Israel like to show support.
Let's do
and
it.
Netanyahu, who's their leader, was like, nah.
What YouTuber is going to Israel?
We're gonna take a
that
boat.
One guy
we gonna blow.
I would actually like to see Israel.
Let's all go right now.
I was telling them,
the British guy, the UK guy, tomorrow. He had the rocket. Remember the rocket?
That's different though. He going over there on media.
He was on the West Bank Strip though.
He was on the Gaza Strip.
Yeah, I'm just playing. I ain't going over there.
That's worse.
Oh, I ain't going to Gaza.
He was on the Strip.
Well, they're not dropping bombs out of West Bank. West Bank has no Hamas.
Yeah, guys. Okay, let us know if you guys think that this can, these two countries can see, or these two, nationalities can come see eye to eye, guys.
I thought that was a very interesting video.
If you have a solution, put it in the comments, and let us know what y'all think about the video.